Hello. So this is the demo for Outbounder Tranche 2, and this will be kind of a quick guide showing what the features are as well as how the two parts work together. So Outbounder has two parts. There's the members portal and the recipients portal. So the members portal is for managing the organization and the organization payouts to the recipients. So here's our overview page. It just gives you some analytics, but in the members page, we can invite new members. We can set 11 different permissions that just govern exactly what that member can do. And so here we can also edit the permissions if the member has the requisite can grant, which allows them to modify the permissions. So here we have the review among all the stuff. This is just a super admin, but there's the financial controller fields and the administrative fields. Here we've set the review payouts option, which is going to be important later. So we can create recipients here. The recipients create the new recipient accounts in the recipients portal. So let's create a new recipient. This will create a channel account that lets the recipient hold funds on the blockchain as well as use this recipient portal. And this will create the channel account on the blockchain. Once it's active, we can log in here. And this is the recipient balance screen. So the recipient can hold stablecoin balances. They're denominated in the currency that they represent. And so they can view the payouts that are issued to them, and they can initiate cash outs. These cash outs work on the Anchor network. They let recipients cash out to their local accounts, and the Anchor handles all the compliance and monitoring as well as the KYC and actually sending the payments into the local account. So let's start with creating a payout. So in our balances, we can view exactly what we're able to send from the organization. We also do support withdrawals and deposits for the institution, but currently our infrastructure provider is not regenerated on testnet. So I'll add a different demo for showing that. We can also create schedules. These schedules let us send to recipients on a fixed recurring schedule. So that could be like for payroll or humanitarian payments, but let's create a payout to that new recipient. So this recipient, let's send them $15, but we'll send them as euros. And so we can say add a message saying testing payouts. And this works on the path payments through Horizon. And so we can get a kind of quick overview of the rate, and we'll create the payout. So now it's in review. In review, we can have as many reviewers as there are members, depending on the permissions that we set. And this let us accept or reject. So let's start with rejecting. We can say this doesn't look great and reject it. And here in the payouts, obviously it's failed the review, so it does not execute. Now we can issue a new payout. Let's say same person, but let's send them $15 again. Get our rate, and then in the reviews, we're going to accept it. The payout is going to execute on the blockchain. And then once it's done, we get the sent to recipient status. And here we can view that the payment has gone through. We can also see the payouts that were issued, and now we can cash it out. So when we create this cash out, we can pick the Anchor partner that supports that currency. We create the cash out, and this cash out creates what will be an Anchor transaction. So currently this supports SEP24 with a little bit of support for SEP6 and SEP12. But basically this would show us that, so we would input all this information, then we would go through KYC, and then we'd start sending payments. So I'm going to skip that for now, and we're going to use a account that is already supported for KYC with MyKobo. And so when we go to cash outs, we can go and create a new cash out with MyKobo. And we can complete it. So here, let's say we want to cash out 15 euros. We request it. We get a transaction confirmation that sends to the bank account with the reference with the partner. And this will actually send on the blockchain. So this awaiting platform transfer means that we are sending the payment from the channel account over here. As you can see, the balance has gone down. And it'll take a little bit of time to get into processing, which is this status, which just means that the anchor is now currently sending the payment from their bank account into the local bank account of the users, as well as doing any checks. So this is going to take a while, but just to finish up, we're going to do a schedule. So I've already created the schedule, and we can add the recipients that we want to. We can also specify which currency we want to send in. So this will start as $10, and then it will end up in the recipient's account as euros. We can watch the executions, we can see which payouts, we can also pause them, and we can restart them. We can also remove, so these schedule executions will tell us which payout it corresponds to, and if reviewers are specified, it will populate the reviews before the payout can be sent. That is an overview of the Outbounder platform. Couple more things that have to be implemented, like data exports, but other than that, the full backend and implementation on testnet is basically complete. Thank you very much.